We made it on time.
No one will come here because they don't expect us on time.
We're like way down here. Sit up real straight. Last night we were completely switched during the workshop, and we were like, what is wrong?
My head, you could only see the top of my head.
And I was like, oh, you're sitting in the wrong chair.
It was kind of funny though. I sort of felt, hey Cara. Like I had a pass.
Yeah.
She made
like
me switch.
Her head.
I always feel like Gigantor in these things. Hi down there.
Mm-hmm. I know. And I keep forgetting to bring the other stool. For how many
why
weeks now?
Would we do
30?
That now? Yeah.
Oh no, this is week 23 of live.
Of live.
23 weeks.
We didn't count the ones when we were away, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we know quarantine, we're in going into week 32.
Mm-hmm.
And, let me not mess up my hair. Like it already is.
And kids are coming home from school again.
How was your week this week? Since you're the one and only here.
Hey,
here's Christopher. Here's a few people.
Talk amongst yourselves, you guys. Wouldn't that be funny? That'd be really funny.
Of course, we talked about all things like spooky and fun. Halloween this week, and we're keeping it that way for live today. We actually made a plan today. We haven't done that in a while. Felt good.
I might need to take a photo of that plan. I used to do that.
Dark and spooky.
For
it's
later.
Windy out there. That you what?
Smile. Hi guys. What are you doing? Cara, you busy working over there?
Gotta be.
Her
all the
work
holidays.
allows her to listen to podcasts while working. I think that's pretty good.
Mine too. Editing. We
Not
could
mine.
just books on. I always want to say tape. That's how old you know I am. Audio books is what it is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I don't know what she said yes to.
Yes, she gets to listen to podcasts.
Everything in order.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. The holidays.
I can imagine. Because, like, and then your stuff takes a lot of time. It's like you gotta really prepare for that. Oh, yeah. And we know what one of your favorites is. So. Tell us some other good ones that you listen to. Share with us your knowledge. Especially spooky ones.
I started
I'm
listening
in the
to
mood.
one.
I've like,
Have you heard the one? It's called This Is Really, I think it's called This Is Really Happening, or This Is Actually Happening. I'll have to look it up. That is a good podcast, and there's a bajillion episodes that you can listen to.
Christopher has one that he swears by. I forget what it's called.
Oh, wow.
Oh, goodness.
85. Oh, wow. I can't even imagine that.
I'm sure it was stressful.
This is actually
See,
happening.
my biggest is not the month of December because, of course, everybody wants their photos before then so that they can send out their holiday cards. So my most stressful month is October, November. Yeah. It gets real intense. Everybody seems to be a little bit more like laid back this year because, I mean, you kind of have to be. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Hopefully you guys got something good too.
I'm waiting for water with
Oh.
electrolytes in them.
No, I was saying, he's saying I never like his podcast choice, but he has one that he loves that you could share with her. She might already be listening to it. Oh, she's been listening to that one that you talked about.
That one, just in case you haven't heard it, like you, every episode is just a person who's gone through something and they talk about it in the first person, and it's all stuff where the people are like, their stories are amazing. Yeah, I listened to one, it was like, what if you got attacked in the dark? And it was like, oh, she did.
See, that's the kind of stuff I need to be listening to. I've already started all like the Halloween movies.
Any good? Yeah, my kids don't want to watch Hocus Pocus.
I finally convinced them to in the middle of the day.
And then what?
Day.
Did they like it?
And they were good. Violet screamed a lot. Like, I was like, okay, this is a little dramatic.
Was it just screaming?
She hates zombies. Like, her biggest fear is zombies. And it's, ramped up at Halloween as well. And he's like the fun character on the movie, but that just sets her over the edge. Hey, Kelsey. Let me wait.
Hey, Kelsey.
So, but then after they got through it, they were fine. And then they started watching all these other ones because Disney Plus has a whole section right now.
Oh, I need to check that out. Do you know what we've been letting our kids watch? Mom and Dad of the Year that we are. Because we used to be so careful, and then all of a sudden one day, I guess we said, fuck it. I think that's what happened. We've been letting our kids watch The Office. We are watching The Office from start to finish, and I'll tell you what's...
Preparing them for the real world.
What's not always appropriate is The Office. Mm-hmm.
I can see Max totally enjoying
He
that.
loves it. They love
That's
it.
his sense of humor, for sure.
He quotes it a lot now.
Yeah.
Mom of the Year.
There's worse things.
He also loves Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week on
Oh, we know.
92.5.
We know. He can sing them all. You just ask Max. Like, he can have his own podcast or his own YouTube channel.
That is not appropriate. Like, but it's so good, Mom. Like, that doesn't make it appropriate.
Yeah.
And he sings it loudly.
And proud.
Dude, this morning, he was walking out of the bathroom. I don't know what he was doing. And he was going to start an art project. And he was excited. And he said... Someone who's never met me before is going to think this is a weird story. He goes, screw this, it's time to work on her art project. And I was like, oh, what? What did you just say? And he goes, screw this. I go, okay, you probably don't know this. That's not a nice thing to say.
Mm-mm.
And he was like, why? I go, oh, it's a naughty thing to say. Oh. So anyways.
He picked it up from somewhere.
We really don't say that term. I say a lot of other things. But not that one.
I gotta do some waving. Hey, Janet. Sorry, I was too busy in that story. We're over here for everybody that's joined us. We kept everything all about Halloween this week, obviously, because of the bag, and we're just in that mode. Houses are decorated. It's dark and windy, and rainy days, and of course, our book club has this also.
Oh, so good.
Set off. You
so
guys.
Good. Hold it up.
This book
Make a photo for a second.
is...
I try so hard to get still shots from these for all kinds of things.
Violet gets tickled when I try to do it because she thinks they're hilarious. Like all the facial expressions that we make. Turns out we are very animated.
Oh, yeah. Just never a dull moment with our faces.
So this book, I'm going to tell you, I have not read a book in so long that put me on this emotional roller coaster. Scared, intense, anxious,
Funny.
Angry, funny.
Weird.
It was, you never knew what was coming. And I love when I can't guess the end. And I have thoroughly enjoyed this book.
I love it too. Total escape.
Read it.
It is
We have only 4 of these bags left, and you have plenty of time because it's a fast read. You don't want to put it down.
You do not.
We've had a lot of really good feedback so far. People are ready to talk about this one. So,
in our book club, I don't know if you know that I like this word a lot, but our book club is fun. We have a really good time, and I was very skeptical about how a virtual book club would be, but it has been great.
Yeah.
Every
Sorry, I was reading while
totally
you were...
different.
I was manning the comments. This is a very slow roll in from Christopher. We were talking about maybe spooky podcasts and things like that, and then we got into the favorite podcast, and his is All Fantasy Everything.
Where does it make you? No.
Oh, episode. Where does it make that you think make you sound smart? I guess that's a funny one. It's all comedians, right? I think it's all comedians on there.
All Fantasy Everything is all comedians? Oh! I need to listen to that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't
He
remember.
will.
Yeah,
he will correct you if you're wrong.
Yeah.
Part of the charm.
So anyway, sorry, back to the book club. You were saying it's fun. We have such a good time, and we actually talk about the book. So last month was amazing. I felt like it was just what everybody needed, and so many good nuggets for us to kind of hold on to as we approach the election, which is also another, speaking of spooky and scary things.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. At this point, it's going to be what it's going to be.
Yep.
And
it's already started, so.
So get out and vote, obviously. And I even have my vote necklace on today.
I forgot mine and earrings. It's just an off day.
And then let's see. Let's talk about something. Another thing that's fun. Let's use that word again. It's fun.
Is that in the list of words that you think make you sound
last week
smart?
we talked all about like our favorite Halloween candies, and so we thought it might be fun to talk a little bit maybe about like your favorite Halloween like memory or like your favorite costume that you remember from when you were a
Side
kid.
note, and looping back to last week's Halloween candies, talking about that jogged my memory about Whoppers, which we all know that I remembered them last week, and so. Oh, this is a long loop. It was my birthday last weekend, and I made my sister, parents, and my nuclear family watch Hamilton and sing at the top of their lungs. And you couldn't come unless you sang. So super COVID friendly, really, but we have been quarantining together. Anyway, we got movie snacks for the movie, and Kate was astounded because I just was like pulling all the movie theater stuff, you know, like the size boxes.
Yeah.
And I was like, Whoppers, Junior Mints.
Ooh, Junior Mints.
They're so good.
Junior
Milk
Mints
Duds.
with the popcorn.
Oh, that's what we did.
Yeah.
A little bowl of, it was so good. And Whoppers, really better than I remembered even.
Yeah.
So good.
Sometimes I think we forget. Like just, I was telling somebody the other day, like I hit a wall with quarantine this week. Like I've been fine. And maybe it's because we took the trip home and we were able to see some people, and you know, it's like the downside of back at it again. And I was like, I just want to be able to go to a movie. I want to like go roam around Home Goods.
Yes.
And do nothing.
Yes.
But be like out. And anyways,
and not take it for granted.
Yeah.
Right? Like just, I know. Max was like, let's go to a movie the other day.
I know.
Honey, you can't go to movies right now.
No.
It's just a bummer.
But the exciting thing is that we really have like all of these holidays to look forward to. Like we're in that holiday season, and that feels amazing. Because like the kids are starting to really get into the spirit, and it gives you like other things. It spurs other things to do, like maybe Halloween inspired crafts or like whatever. Oh yes. Yes, we saw that on Town Talk. That was a big uproar yesterday.
Homecoming?
Some kids, like, I guess some high school kids decided to get together and organize their own homecoming. And as usual, the Town Talk.
I mean, why are you going to post it on Town Talk?
Oh, the mom is pretty much like these poor
Are they?
kids and all these hardships, and you're like,
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's a privilege because I didn't always get to go to those things. Like,
well, and also it's
it was
everyone.
not-
Everyone has the same struggle right now.
well, I think the word she used was like rite of passage,
Oh.
and I'm like pretty sure
Movie theaters open. Oh, I had no idea.
only playing one show. Well, I guess you can sit. It would be like a restaurant. As long as you're like, everybody's, I don't know. I'd probably be anxious the whole time. Maybe I should rephrase it. I would love to just go out in public and not have to think about a mask. And yesterday was the first time in all the days that I've just straight up forgot a mask. One was not in my car.
Yeah, she walked in here without
And
a
I was
mask,
like,
and
well-
I will be right back.
I was trying to put my shirt over over my head.
Paige is gonna keep
She's
you
got,
entertained.
yeah, I'll keep you entertained.
I'll be right
She's
back.
got a slight headache, so she needs some medication for her head. Because turns out alcohol's not really gonna do it. Yes, so 25% capacity, but I guess that's where I should rephrase. It would be nice to just, I don't know, go back to normal movie theater where like everybody's in the parking lot and everybody's had dinner. I don't know, just the vibe. I'm missing some of that. Alcohol, for the headache. She's working on that, but hopefully you're not taking Tylenol with your alcohol.
No.
Okay.
And I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm drinking an electrolyte drink.
Not out of that mug.
I haven't had one sip of that. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Paige got me that sticker.
Oh
It
yeah,
says-
that was too fast. They really need to.
Grab him by the ballot is what it says. You can interpret that however you
Whatever
want.
you want.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could be either person, I guess.
Just do your civic duty.
Yeah, that's where I'm at this point. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So tell me your favorite Halloween. Let me say that over. Favorite Halloween memory, or maybe the.
My favorite Halloween memory is the one we're making this year. I'm excited about it.
That was a good answer. That was a really smooth
I already know it's going to be my
answer.
favorite one. I'm super excited.
It will be fun.
I had a fun one last year too. Because I was in I always like to dress up. And then the last probably 5 years I haven't. Because Brian.
What?
I always want Brian to do like, let's do a couple thing. And then when we had kids, like, let's do a family thing. And he always, boo, no, he's not going to do it. Last year, I was like, let's surprise the kids and dress up and not tell them we're going to do it. So he dressed as Harry Potter and I dressed as Hermione Granger.
Mm-hmm.
And we took him to school that way too.
I loved it. It was awesome.
And I loved it. That was hilarious.
Obviously, we had the same family
Mm-hmm.
theme going on. It was Bellatrix with Ruby's obsessed with Jenny, so she was Jenny and
Perfect.
I was Hermione.
So cute.
I was just gonna say something down that path. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we'll come back to
Did you already talk about your favorite Halloween memory?
No, but it had to do with like themed. Maybe it had to do with themed dressing up. Oh, you guys I know what it was. You guys, after Halloween in the new year, there was an 80s theme party, which they killed it as. And I was there as the photographer for the event, and they were there as an 80s couple. They killed that one.
Brian dresses John McEnroe. From the
the
80s.
hair and
It was almost offensive. I was like, are you sure? And I borrowed a
was
dress
good.
from someone from prom from the 80s.
Yeah.
A legit. And you could tell it was ugly.
it looked good.
It was legit. Then I saw people in their Amazon 80s costumes. I was like, oh.
Christopher says a margarita with salt on the rim is technically an electrolyte drink.
I get you. There's salt in that. I have a
We
special
don't have-
watermelon drink that I like.
No, she's gonna have to share that info with me
It's really good.
because every time I see her, that's like what she's doing in that bottle over there. The one that has the grabbing by the
I
palate.
just keep adding stickers to it. I have
It's
a Ricky
awesome.
sticker
You got
too.
our
Rad.
Hey Darlin'.
Hey darling. Hey, look, at one point I made Enlight stickers. I still have a bunch of those too.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you guys are gonna get those for Christmas presents this year.
And they're the ones that your children refuse to use on theirs. She tried to give them to her kids. Wasn't it last year?
Yeah.
You were like,
Enlight.
here, don't you want this sticker for your notebook? They were like, no thanks.
Kate was like, I would never put that on my water bottle.
You're like,
Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
No, I totally that didn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
A
What'd she do
10-year-old,
with- what'd she do
11-year-old.
with her Hey Darlin' stickers that we gave her? Did she say
She
the
put
same
that on
thing?
her water bottle.
Oh, yeah. I think she's getting into it. She likes to come over here and work
She does
the
like to
shop.
come over here.
Yeah. We're going to have some shop girls before you know it.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Ruby said the other day, I cannot believe, I can't believe that you own a shop.
I had that thought the other day.
From her
Especially-
7-year-old mouth.
Right? Like, she's so, what's the word? Like, you just, yeah, you feel what
Own.
she's feeling. Mm-hmm.
Today we learned about, in homeschool before I came over here, about, what was the word? It was verbs, but it was more like using verbs that instead of like walk into the water, like wade into the water. So more interesting verbs. And she's already really, really good at that, which is
Weird.
So that's a good way to
Hi, Dad.
describe her. Like she likes, the things that are in context, she likes using really big words and very descriptive. Is the way I would describe it.
Maybe she should be a writer.
Yeah, she might be. Or not. she's going to run a cat cafe is what's going to end up.
She can write all the copy for that. The content and the copy about the cats.
Exactly.
I like that idea.
Anyways, getting back to Halloween memories. So I was like really, really into Halloween. As I got older, I was the biggest scaredy cat when I was younger. Like, I would be the person that was like, I'm not going trick-or-treating. I'm not doing it. I'm not picking out a costume. As soon as I saw the big pumpkins get inflated at, like, the car lots or the Dollar General store, like, on it, I was like, nope, not going in the store. We're done shopping for this month. And so...
For the month.
So
you couldn't even Instacart stuff it.
No. Mm-mm. So, my mom... And then what would happen is all the kids would come to the door and I would be like seeing them getting all this candy and then I'd be like, well, oh shit, I guess I better get my act together and get out there and get a little bit. So I was always last minute until I got a little older. Mm-hmm. And then I had these like requests. So it's not one Halloween, but one of my favorite memories is that growing up, my grandmother would take me, it was called Hancock Fabrics, and they'd have all the patterns in the book.
We had a Hancock fabric here too.
You did?
Yes!
What do you know? So you guys know what I'm talking about then. And I would open up the books and go through all the Halloween patterns, and she would just tell me to pick whatever I wanted. I'd pick them, and then we'd go get the drawers and find the pattern. Mm-hmm. And I would sit there and watch old movies with her while she made them. So that is one of my absolute favorite memories growing up.
That's super special.
Sorry, I thought that was something else. I was trying to get it off the screen. Anyways. Yeah. So you guys, if you want to,
Hancock fabric.
tell us something. Favorite costume, favorite memory, favorite candy. We can go back to that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Candy's an easy one if you want to just wade into this conversation.
And we'll wait.
If you want to jump.
Oh, see? Hancock fabric in the too.
National.
I guess they don't exist anymore.
I didn't know that.
There was like one in Memphis, like hanging on by a thread years ago.
Remember when you take your fabric to the table and they'd roll out those,
and they had the scissors
cut down the line of the table.
I was like, I need that line on the table.
Yeah, you just put your scissor in and then just straight.
They have that at IKEA.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm. So the girls love to get in down. I have all this fabric too. That reminds me we should do something.
Well,
we'll come back to that.
I'll whip out my sewing machine.
I cannot sew.
I can't either. I'll tell you, it's making sure things are straight. Mm-hmm. Don't they say measure twice, cut once?
Well, you have to wash it, and then you have to iron it because it needs to shrink down, and then you're always having to do all the calculations for like, okay, well, it has this much shrinkage. Like I don't have the patience for it. I don't know why.
They have that at Joann's too.
It's true.
The cutting table. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We should maybe visit it
just to hear it.
Yeah,
because it's like out of sound.
I can hear it. Too. I know, and smell it. You can even smell the fabric store.
We're weird.
Those patterns. I loved those patterns.
Well, yeah, and it had like those have a smell too, and like
that did remind me of a Halloween costume I forgot about. My mom made me a prairie girl. I was very into Little House in the Big Woods.
It was kind of like Martha Washington.
Yeah,
it was Martha Washington with the lantern and everything. I was obsessed with her. Anyways, but yeah,
cheesy Halloween movies. Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
We started that this week for sure. I just stretch it out. I stretch like all of those feelings out all month.
Start it now. There's no reason to wait this year.
No. As we've learned, you never know what could happen by October.
Good God, don't even say that, knock on wood. I have stopped asking, what could be worse? What could happen next? Don't ask that question.
Yeah. Don't say it.
Don't need it.
Or as my grandma would say, don't think it. That's what she'd say.
My kids were mad at my mom for saying something yesterday. Like, she was saying, oh, when this happens. And they're like, don't ever say that. It's if it happens.
Yeah.
For real. She's like, did you tell them to get mad? I'm like, no.
Wait a minute. We got stuff coming in. Not necessarily. Okay, I have to read them because after I download this, there will be no comments. So people watch it. A memorable Halloween moment, not necessarily my fave, but I was in 4th grade. My sister was in 1st. For school, they'd pick a day for everyone to wear their costumes to school. And the I feel like
To
more's
be
coming.
continued.
To be continued. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Elementary kids would walk through the school to show our
Aw.
costumes. My sister and I had Disney store costumes for the only time in our childhood, and we wore them.
No,
Yes!
on the wrong day. Oh no! Oh no!
But
Oh,
hey,
God.
you stood out.
You're still here.
You stood out.
Yeah, you did. Everyone's like,
All eyes on
"Whoa."
you, and everybody knew you had a Disney costume.
And I know
so-
Cara, she's a fellow introvert, so I'm sure that was really comfortable.
Yeah. Into Joanne Fabric. Okay, do
Aw.
you remember going into Joanne Fabrics or Benjamin
Yes, that's what she was just
Franklin
talking
and being
about,
so
Janet.
excited to pick out the pattern and fabric?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. But I don't know of a Benjamin.
That was out. There was a Benjamin Franklin here.
We could have had one, and I didn't know. I mean, because
feel like you would
obviously
know. It was a
my
crafting
grandmother
store.
was all about Hancock.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of wherever she took me, really. And the other thing that she was super patient with me about, this has
Jesse. Hi,
nothing
Jesse.
to do with, I was like, who are what?
Jesse.
um,
Oh,
oh, yes.
I can't take the class today, and I'm bummed, Jesse. But have a good one, okay?
Which candle is it that's lit?
I bet she has either moss and clover or outside burning. And Jesse, before you go, I have a really good one that I'm gonna post this week that you would love. I know it. I know you will love it.
You will.
Yep. Paige loves it too.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay.
So good. That's a run. That's inside joke with somebody else. I forgot. So we've got another one. I was Mulan and my sister was Cinderella. Oh, those were your Disney. Ooh, you went. I can totally see you going as Mulan.
Mm-hmm. Seems like
And
her.
my sister was Cinderella.
Oh
Luckily, we
no.
had to change. Oh, luckily you had a change of clothes. Sorry, it's like super small. And went and changed in the bathroom. We were both
You're
crying.
both crying. Oh.
And once they got changed, you were okay. That's traumatic. But you did it together.
You did.
You had a partner in crime.
Mhm. Thank God.
That's how I always feel about this. I'm like, thank goodness. Halloween memory from Christopher buying my coworker the old school. Oh my gosh, yes. He bought this guy he works with the Robin costume.
Like from Batman and Robin?
Uh-huh. And there was like this running like joke, and he had to wear it all day at work. And there's some really great photos.
But
I
it's
should probably
amazing. I
post
need
some
to
of
see
those
those.
later. Yeah, yeah. The sailors, shipyard workers. There's a lot of spandex.
Was the whole costume spandex?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's so tall.
Oh, no.
What do you think he is? Like 6'5", 6'4"? I don't know. So you're talking about a Robin in spandex that has red hair
Oh, God.
and like really stood out. It was funny. Yes, Mulan was always her favorite.
Aw.
Violet likes Mulan too. A lot. Ruby is a Jasmine gal. But they're totally out of that.
I couldn't get over
Yes.
Ariel when I was a kid.
Oh, me neither.
Was
That was
like-
like our
Oh, I
or
sang
Belle.
those songs.
Oh, Belle.
I don't like her that much. I just
I
wasn't.
really did. She wanted to travel and loved
Yeah,
to read.
yeah.
And like that's totally I identify it. Not with the beast. So.
I mean, now when you look back at all that, you're like, huh,
Uh-huh.
all of it.
Yeah. But I did love Ariel too.
Songs.
Anytime I was in the pool, I can remember being like
Did you pop out of the water like?
with your float, you know?
Can you imagine like the water coming up behind you?
Oh, the imagination.
Uh-huh.
'Cause that's what's so great about the holidays, really, because like it's that childlike, you know, inner child that you get to just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if y'all haven't noticed, I gotta do that all the time.
She sure does.
I don't know what that says about me.
It says fun. You're fun.
It says Mulan. Oh, Mulan went to war pretending to be a man.
Yeah.
days.
She's a badass.
Yeah, she was badass. Exactly.
Yep.
That's totally like Violet's thing too. She is into all the badass characters, even to the point where she kind of prefers the villains. She was in love with Gaston. In love with him.
No. I hate that guy.
I was always like, you got a lot to be worried about.
Yeah, what's the future like?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Now what? Okay.
We have
We
something
have a
exciting.
list.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in on our list here.
Something exciting coming next week in the form of are we saying it?
What I was going to say, we're keeping... Oh, we're on another topic. Hold on, I think we... Yes. You go ahead, say that.
We are doing a giveaway next week. Ooh, we're so excited. And you should be too. So stay tuned.
It'll be, all the info will be, I'll get it up tomorrow.
You might get to be the winner.
Yeah. And it's staying within the spooky theme.
Mm-hmm. We're keeping it spooky.
And we're going to go ahead and give you the hint about next week's bag. Speaking of spooky, is there anything spookier than a
racist? No.
No. So we're bringing back Darling of the Moment. With a special surprise. Okay, hold on. I got to go back now.
Was I enthusiastic enough?
Yeah, that was good.
Shocked myself.
I'm into the badasses, but I'm not a bad. You have an inner one. I feel like you've got an inner one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like the brave badass women.
The needle is mightier than the sword, Cara.
Mm-hmm.
You got that needle down.
Yeah. That was good.
Thank you.
She was on a roll today. She's got some smooth comebacks. Wow.
My headache is making me strong.
You make those smooth moves on Brian?
No. Why would I do that? I saved them for you.
It's like our picture the other day that I posted of us. We looked like we were girlfriend. Like, I was like, why is my head so close to her
I don't know.
face?
And I was like, why?
Well, and then I realized,
why
like,
did you have to
in
post
the
that?
photo, that was only one.
I know. I know that too.
But then I had like my wallet and I had a wand and the camera around my neck and I think I was like trying to get into the photo. Who knows? But
just like me, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We love each other. Now you joined with your other account. We were just talking about you in case you were absent, giving a little sneak about next week. And saying there's nothing spookier than a racist. We're keeping it spooky around here.
Super spooky.
Not that you're one.
No, that would be weird. Gross. Just gross in general.
Yeah. And we're going to attempt it. I'm going to say it here because I want to hold us. I just lost my train.
Uh-oh.
What is the quote where you flame to the...
Hold your feet to the fire?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And do a reel. Our very first reel.
Okay.
Which, for those of you that don't know, that is Instagram's response to TikTok. We're trying to keep up with it, so we're going to try to do that.
Don't expect that on Enlight. That's not happening over there.
No, it's happening here.
I know. But I'm just telling everyone. Don't expect it anywhere else.
You don't want to be like...
No. I'm sorry. Those are making me really annoyed. And I'm sorry.
The reels?
The ones where they like...
Yeah. Or the... Oh, she's not attempting. Oh, here for a few, and not even attempting reels over on Loom and Gloom.
Stay strong, Cara.
Because we did the workshop last night, which is all about visual storytelling, and there's a lot of like social media info in that, and we were talking about it pretty heavy, and I was
jogs your
challenging
memory
people
that we need to do it.
to do it. Okay, Brianne, your pointing game is perfect. What are you trying to say? Mine wasn't?
The circle. Yeah, because I've seen so many of those goddamn reels with people pointing at the words.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Yeah, you need to point at the words, because otherwise I probably wouldn't know they were words. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's one of those things. It's like,
Well,
and you know what? If you did it, more power to you, because you did way more than I've done. I've done none of it. But the thing that bugs me, I'm just going to be honest about the Reels, is I never have really understood TikTok, but probably because I don't spend any time there. But also,
Nor
it
should
seems
you.
like people so far with the Reels are just simply probably like what I would do, trying to figure out how in the heck can I use this? How does this make sense? And so it's a lot of like watching things get assembled. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand, or like look at this, but it's like everyone is doing that, which just irritates me. You have to come up with an original reel for us, because I
got an
don't
idea.
want to do the same thing everyone else does.
I have an idea. Okay, Boomer.
I deserve that.
I think it also, it's one of the, well, when it comes to, it's one thing when it's a bunch of kids doing like dance moves and like all that stuff.
I love those.
But I think as a business, it's like trying to figure out like how does that apply. I've seen actually quite a few photographers doing some really cool stuff, especially with educating people how to pose, and some pose ideas, or if you are an influencer, like how to use like your like, let's use fashion blogger as an example, like how to use those pieces as props and what to do with them. So I think in the photography world, it has been very interesting to watch and see people using it. And then I think when it comes to fashion, it's really easy for people to be like, oh, I'm grungy, and then like jump into their clothes and show like how to make,
that's cute,
this outfit look right, or different ways to wear the pieces of clothing.
I did see a cute one with a family too, where it was like, the parents were sitting there and like dressed like they would have been dressed like in college, and then it was like the next one was them getting married, like the two of them, and then the next one was holding a baby, and the next one was like their family group.
Yes,
that was pretty cool.
That's cute.
That was
and then
creative.
So this will give you a hint that it's going to be something clothing related next week, because, and that's where my mind is really going as far as like styling.
I wish I had it here right now, because I'm freezing my ass.
You are?
I'm so cold.
Got a little fire there.
Hold on.
The jar is warm.
I'm gonna warm myself out of fire. I probably burned
have
Paige's
something-
hair off
seriously.
in the process. It does smell good.
Oh. Yeah. And so Reels, we're going to attempt that. We're gonna push ourselves and challenge ourselves. Yeah. And we've done everything else. If you guys don't know, we actually download these videos and upload them to YouTube. Go follow us on YouTube.
You guys,
Because then it goes to our blog.
are YouTube stars, if we're gonna be honest. We are like all over the YouTube scene. Just joking.
Since we don't respond to anything over there. But hey, it's there. You can find us. Google loves Google. That's my quote.
Google loves Google, so Google us. And then watch us on YouTube. Because you haven't already sat through this. Just go do it again over on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, that's our house right now because he's
Freezing?
talking about our furnace is out.
Christopher, I know you have a bunch of these at your house.
Just gather the kids by the fire.
We have a good smell going over here. We have Darling. I'm like half and half obsessed with the Darling, and then the new one that I'm gonna release this week, and I'm not gonna show you the name of it,
No.
but it's really good.
It's good.
It's so good. So embarrassing. It's the perfect transition too, from fall to
Winter.
late fall.
We're gonna say winter.
From fall
We
to
had
late
that-
fall.
We had that whole conversation at our house because the kids were like, and I was like, actually, the first day of winter, it's not until like mid-December. Like that was
21st,
blowing their
right?
mind. Yeah. All right, you guys.
Serenity by Jan. We made our kids watch that episode first before we started The Office. And they're like, we want more. When Michael's like, I just love this TV. I just love it. It's like this big. And then she throws a candle at it. Or something. Maybe it was a Dundee. It's probably not a candle. In my mind, they work really well together. Just hurl a candle at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that at your own house, though.
Yeah. But it's candle weather.
Oh,
So.
have you watched The Morning Show?
Mm-mm.
Steve Carell's in that, too. That's why my mind went there. That is, whoa. Good. If you guys can watch The Morning Show. It's not
Check that one out.
light and airy. Like, I
kinda
kind of
like-
imagined it.
Now that they released The Good Place, like the last season of that, and Schitt's Creek, like I feel like I've got this long list of things to watch. that I
Isn't
got
Schitt's
to.
Creek over?
It is, but they released, like, it was, I don't even remember because 2020. I just remember watching the last season, and then you couldn't watch, or the season before, I mean, and then the last season was released and you could pay for it. Time went on, 2020 was a mess, and now it's on
Oh.
one of Netflix or Hulu. I can't remember. Netflix, I think. So I need to go watch that. So I've been refusing to look at any of the, like, stuff about Schitt's Creek the last season.
That's exciting.
Um,
When do you think Ozark is going to come out?
Oh, I don't know.
Or Stranger Things. TV shows that could help us feel better about the time we're in by making us feel worse. Or like that.
Read it. It's so good. Anywho, okay. We have gone off our rockers.
Yeah, it's time to go.
And it's time to go. And we love you guys. And of course, thank you for listening to us.
As
and
always.
showing up. And
Time
Lot
spent
of-
with you is time well spent.
and on that note,
Dad! Wait. Dad wants to make a comment. I'd like to make a comment, but I feel like I'm in the middle of a Dwight Schrute moment.
oh no.
What is it? Uh-oh. Do you think that was the
don't
whole
know.
comment?
The
Dad, is that
comment?
the whole comment or is there more?
We gotta wait on it to come in. That lag.
If you just joined us, we're almost, we were signing off.
We were saying goodbye. But thank you for joining us.
So nice
And
to
we'll
see you.
save it. We had lots of good conversations.
Oh yeah, fun times.
About the club and workshop.
And if you were listening to Paige, then you could just, instead of watching this on Instagram, you could look for it on YouTube. Because we also post it there.
Yeah.
Office reference. Yep. Okay, Dad, got it.
She'll have to explain it to me. No. All right. We love you guys.
Love you.
Have a great weekend. Keep it
Stay
spooky.
out of trouble.
Look for tomorrow's giveaway. And that's that.
That's it.
All right.